Merry meet guys, welcome back to Witch's Moon. Sorry for the delay. I don't know why my computer froze up. I am your Wednesday host, Houston, and this week we are talking about runes and OM. And I picked a specific rune. I used to work with runes as the runic alphabet, and I studied them a lot when I first started, and then my study of runes kind of faded away with other things popped into they made me more curious, and I haven't really researched runes since then. I'm sorry that I'm looking over here. I have my screen split in two because I have information on the rune that I'm going to talk about, and I have the camera over here, so I do apologize. But the rune that I'm going to talk about tonight, or today, is Hallman, and I could be saying that wrong, but that is the rune that I've worked with magically, and I've had a lot of success magically. And that must really sound something about my character. I'm not an angry person. I mean, I do love and light stuff, but when I guess it's small works of magic that I do for myself, not really for protection, but like for good luck, prosperity, and things like that. But if I'm going to go all out magically, my emotions have mostly gotten the best of me, which means I'm probably mad. And that's kind of what this rune embodies, is anger, or the destructive force of nature. Hallman literally translates to hail, like hail that falls from the sky, not a country version of hell. Hail, H-A-I-L. I know sometimes my partner gets on me about my accent, but hail. Let's see. So I'm reading off words now. It is also interpreted to mean weather, damaging natural forces, and disruption. Hail is water in solid form. When hail falls from the sky, it is so violent sometimes that it destroys everything. Once it starts melting, it becomes harmless, and then in many instances even beneficial as water. Hallman more generally represents the aspect of frozen water. So it's not going to represent healing. I'm not saying you can't use it for healing, because you can do whatever the hell you want. I really do abide by what Lady Gravedancer and a lot of the Lady Gravedancer, Sunshine Morning Ray, Ravenflower, a lot of the witches that I watch, that I got the inspiration to start a channel from, and Natalie, and all the guys on here, all of my co-hosts, and everyone on here. We've kind of got the same idea of use what works for you, and if it works, that's awesome. If it doesn't work, then that's cool. For me, when I find out that something doesn't work, I notate it, I experiment. Doesn't work, I push it aside. Not everything's going to work for me. Sorry for the rant, but the rune, going back to this, the rune represents the alphabet H and is also known as Hagel. It is associated with the gemstone onyx and the color light blue. Hallman is ruled by the runic number 9, since it is the 9th in the alphabet, I believe. The element of ice, which is a form of water. Astrologically, Hallman corresponds to Aquarius. The rune is associated with the gods Erd and Heimdall, and with ferns. That's not a god. Whoever wrote this, I skimmed it and found really good information. Some of it is not that well written. So it also represents the female polarity, which means it's mostly feminine, which is fine. This rune is considered to be a negative one, that it brings about destruction in one's life. This disruption often brings about changes in a person's life, and the outcomes of these changes can somewhat be as positive as it can be negative. Whoever wrote this article, I'm going to need you to take a writing course. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try to skim through this real quickly, and for me, I don't use the runes in divination, so when it always comes up with a divination meaning, I don't look at runes like that. I don't cast runes. I mean, I probably could. I probably would get. That's something to try in the future. But at the moment, I'm not. But I'll tell you. So, when Hagalaz is linked with other runes that influence a person's life, it may indicate limitations, or interruptions, or delays in something important that needs to be achieved. The rune warns a person of the challenges that one is going to face in life, and also forces one to face them bravely rather than fearing them. One needs to take many steps to face challenges and with determination and realize the fact that they are stepping stones to success in one's life. Hagalaz gives strength to overcome all challenges. Conversely, Hagalaz represents hidden dangers from natural occurrences. It may even represent that a partner is keeping something as a secret from another. It basically brings about misunderstandings in a relationship in its converse form. And then the next paragraph says it has no reverse form, but then it just, whatever. The rune is also believed to have magical properties. The rune and the magic is a protective sigil called the Lucky Star. That's one way to look at it. This star is drawn as a flower with 6 petals. I would say 9 petals, since it's... I'm sorry, we're going back and forth. I think since it's the number 9, that the flower of the protective sigil of Hagalaz should be 9-petal flower. My interpretation. No, not going to finish that because I think that's misinformation. And you're going to ask, hey, why'd you look at that article? Because it looked interesting. Okay, it looked interesting. So we're going to go to no. All right, so there goes all that. A lot of it is the love and light madness. And like I said before, I'm not against the love and light. I think that is needed. But I think once you delve into your spirituality, you realize that not everything can be love and light. Or that you can balance both light and dark. And Hagalaz for me is destruction. One of my most, and this makes me sound like the Wicked Witch of the West, or Maleficent, or any witch that I popularize, but my most successful curse. Stupid simple, is called the Hagalaz curse. And I do believe it's in Dorothy Morrison's Utterly Wicked. I think that's where I got the idea from. Very simple. If there is someone that has gotten under your skin and you've done every magical thing you can think of, even mundane thing you can think of to make the relationship better, where it be just talking and sitting down and talking and seeing, what's causing the conflict, to honey jars, to sugar jars, to things to sweeten the relationship, and it just backfires. And they're causing you, well, we'll go with my story. They were causing me, I'll tell you my story, strife in my job. That it was to a point where I have to be careful how I word this because they could be watching. You know, I don't give a fuck. To the point where they were taking credit for stuff that I did. And they weren't acting like a superior figure should. There's a saying that goes that people leave jobs due to poor management. I stuck around with poor management. And it was not the manager that I left with. She's cool. It was the one before that. And that just pointed the person out. So if they watch it, you know who you are. Haha. At least I think it was No, it wasn't her. It was before that one. Ha! Okay. She doesn't have Facebook, so I'm good. So, sorry about my little life story. But what you do is on a piece of paper that you know you have to hand to them or they have to touch at some point, whether it be, in my case, my time card. Since my name starts with an H, it worked out in my favor. If you don't know, Hagelas is 2 vertical lines and a diagonal in the middle. Can definitely look like an H. Very, it looks like an H. So, what you do is you get all the rage built up that you feel about this person and what they've done to you, what they can continue to do, and you draw the rune, whether it be in your name, on a piece of paper, and you infuse that rune on the piece of paper with so much anger that you just let it, when they touch it, explodes. You imagine it like a magical bomb going off. Maybe that was too harsh. Like a magical firecracker. Like that. I don't want to get censored, I guess. Sorry. And you let it go. You forget about it. And then when they touch it, for me at the end of the week, boom, they get hit. Or if you have to give them their mail, if you go get the mail, and, they're not there. And I mean, don't just draw an H and make it look, conspicuous. I say if you're going to do this and you have to give it to something, draw it lightly in pencil, and then erase it. The energy is still there. It's still, or draw it with your finger, on the paper that you give them and charge the hell out of the room. If you're feeling even fiery and you're really good with visualization, you can make a chi ball with the energy of this rune or any other rune. Play around with it. It's my advice if you're trying to learn the runes, is to read definitions, of course, try to find out what the general meaning is, and then sit with the rune and play with it and see how it makes you feel, what kind of magic you can bring with it. The divination meanings, I would stick to a book just because I don't know them. For me, I would stick to a book. For magic, I explore. When I first practiced, I explored it. I didn't just go by what the book said. I went and I did what I felt. And when I saw the curse in Dorothy Morrison's book, I was like, this is perfect. And I already gave away too much detail on the person, which this was years ago. But it did not turn out well for her. And so yeah. And I don't know why, but it seemed like the only time I come on here and I talk about my magical practice is like I'm cursing someone. And I promise that's not all I do. I do other workings that don't involve curses. I promise. I'm not that mean of a person. But enough about me for today. So, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you want to talk about some stuff, hit me up in the description or the comment section below. And while I'm at work, I got a new job 3 weeks ago. I think I told you when I got it. I'm not able to have my phone with me at work. So if you do comment tomorrow, I will get to it as soon as possible. Most likely on my lunch break or when I get home from work, which is not that late. So, but I will try to get to every comment and try to, build a conversation. So, until next week, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I don't know why I can't speak now. And many blessings.